Today we're going to be looking for value stocks. And some investors like looking for value stocks as they can have lower volatility and trade at lower multiples. These stocks can go sideways for long stretches of time and can require some patience. One way to pass that time is to get into stocks that pay a dividend. I'll show you how we can use the thinkorswim scan tool to screen for dividend-paying value stocks. So let's dive in. Starting on the Scan tab, you can see I've already entered a couple of criteria. Two filters are useful for many types of scans: setting a minimum trade volume of 1 million shares, which lets you find highly liquid stocks, and a minimum per share price, which helps avoid penny stocks. So I've selected minimum trade volume and sorted for stocks above $4 per share. Now let's look at value criteria. The price to earnings ratio is a fundamental indicator that value investors use because it tells how much they're paying for the company's earnings. Generally, the lower the ratio, the better the value. I'll click Add Filter and Fundamental. I'll scroll down to the price earnings ratio and make it current. A PE ratio of 15 or less is generally considered to be in the value range. I can avoid companies running at a loss by typing in a minimum of 0. Like I said before, value investing can take some patience because stocks don't always move as soon or as much as you might like. Collecting dividends is a way to add to your potential returns as you pass the time. So I'll add another fundamental criteria for the dividend yield. A yield that's higher than the average of the S&P 500 is also a common value indicator. Historically, the long-term yield on the S&P 500 is 1.8% to 2%. I'll set a minimum yield of 1.8%. When searching for value stocks, some of them will be downtrending as investors digest news or changes in the company that factor into the valuation process. Many investors feel that buying downtrending stocks is like trying to catch a falling knife. It's too risky. One way to limit the number of falling knives is by scanning for stocks in a basing pattern. A basing pattern occurs when a stock goes through the price discovery process. Buyers and sellers start to equalize, creating a sideways trend. I'll add a pattern condition and search for common bullish reversal patterns. I'll click All Selected to remove the checks. Then I'll click on Rectangle because that's a common shape of a basing pattern. I'll also hit Inverse Head and Shoulders and Triple and Double Bottom. I'll set the time frame to 1 year in day. These should give us stocks in basing patterns or ones that have recently completed a reversal pattern and are heading higher. Now that our conditions are in place, I'll click Scan. That gives us 23 dividend-paying stocks that should have PE ratios under 15 and trading in basing patterns or recently started moving higher. It's easier to analyze these stocks in a watch list because it can help automatically open them between tabs, so let's make one. However, I'm going to make a dynamic watch list because doing so will keep the watch list fresh by actively rerunning the scan for new stocks meeting these conditions. To do this, I'll first save the scan by clicking the second list button from the top and selecting Save Scan Query. I'll name the query Value Dividend Basing to highlight the 3 elements of the scan. Next, I'll hit the list once again, and this time I'll select Load Scan Query and select our new scan to create the watch list. To see the watch list, I'll go to the side panel and change it to the new watch list. Go to Personal, and then select Value Dividend Basing from the list. Notice the purple icon indicating that it's a dynamic watch list. The results from my scan are now in my watch list. Let's take a look at some of the stocks in the list and do some basic analysis. These are just examples and not recommendations. You'll want to dive deeper on each stock as you conduct your due diligence, which the Chart tab lets you do. First, I'll confirm the tab linked to the watch list. Notice the red 1 in the watch list. I want it to match the 1 on the chart, which it does. This way I can quickly change stocks. The first stock on the list is AEO, or American Eagle Outfitters. It started uptrending last summer. Let's go to a 2-year daily chart to see the basing pattern. It completed a double bottom reversal pattern when it gapped up in September of 2025. I'll draw a box around the pattern. The stock pulled back and retested old resistance as new support, and then climbed again. Many technical analysts would see the recent pullback in the price as a potential entry signal because it could be the next higher low in the uptrend. Next, I'll do some fundamental analysis. I'll click the Analyze tab, and then Fundamentals. Let's link the list here as well. This time, we don't see a color and a number. We see a little chain link. I'll click on it. The page starts with some analysts' ratings, a description of the company, and then I can get into common financial ratios. You may find many of these helpful, particularly the valuation section, because it lists the PE ratio, price to book value ratio, and some dividend information. Let's look at another stock from the list. FANG sounds interesting, so let's click on it. FANG is Diamondback Energy. You can scroll through the fundamentals page to find your favorite value ratios, like the PE, and check out the dividend information, especially the yield. Next, I'll go to the Charts tab. Did you see what happened there? Because I linked the fundamentals and the charts to the watch list, it automatically loads the stock for us. FANG has been in a basing pattern since finding a bottom in April of last year. Recently, it broke above resistance, which many technical analysts consider to be a bullish sign. You can continue your analysis with each stock in the watch list. The watch list allows you to monitor these stocks. Many value investors will go deeper by calculating the intrinsic value of the stock or adding other indicators like the price to book value ratio. Use this scan to help you build a search that best fits your personal investing plan. Create dynamic watch lists so your scan gives you the latest results. For more information on scanning, check out our YouTube channel or go to schwab.com/learn.